Oh, oh, gotta get him out of the wood. Little guy. But heck, I'll take him. Anything's better than not far off from ice fishing. I will take him. Man, that's a cool deal. It's not, oh, it's still finessey, but it's with a heavy weight, you know? I mean, certainly a drop shot's a cool way to present a Ned worm, but this thing is cool. I like it. Whoa, I got one. Swinging. Oh, yes, sir. Whew. It's down there getting ready to start a fire and warm up. Man, it's cold. Oh, cool. Swingin Ned. If you follow anything about fishing, you've heard of Ned rigs, and they catch bass. Everywhere bass live in the entire world. Really cool bait. You're kind of limited to shallower water, typically throwing like a 16 to a quarter. And what we've got here is some deeper fish and a new spin on Ned rigging. Swingin Ned. You can throw as heavy a head as you want. You got the tried and true finesse Nico hook, Texas rigged. No matter how this head goes, the worm floats up. So now you can Ned rig in as deep a water as you want. It's pretty darn cool. And that guy liked the program, so let's see if he's got some buddies. One of the critical elements of a Ned rig that I've seen and talking with tons of guys that fish a lot of Ned rigs is a floating material. And when you get to a heavier head, that head is going to anchor that bait and it's going to sit on the bottom. But having this articulated joint, it allows that bait to always float using a floating material, which this is a BLT, and it is super buoyant. It's the perfect mix of buoyancy, salt, flavor, and it's getting the job done right now. Got him. I got a little bit better one here. Oh yeah. It's a really nice one, actually. Oh, look at that thing. Yes, sir. Man, I need one like this to warm up. Man, it's cold. Come here, buddy. Yeah. Haha. Man, oh, fell right out. These guys have the right attitude when the water's cold versus a big cold front like this. A largemouth can get tough. But man, what a pretty fish. There's something about a smallmouth in the late fall that just, I don't know, one of my favorite things. But yeah, the Swingin Ned I think is here to stay. It's a really cool way to present a Ned worm in deeper water and fish it a little faster, more aggressively, but oh, there we go. Woohoo! Oh yeah. Another nice fish. Oh, I can actually see the tops of the trees right there. That's cool. That's cool. Standing timber in the fall. The smallmouth are liking it. The smallmouth make a big push to wintering spots. A lot of times it's like deep boulders and points, but this is a cool deal. They're standing timber, and standing timber is tough to fish with an exposed hook, so this is a cool option. Swingin Ned, to come into contact with the wood, but you're sliding through it, getting to those fish that are kind of nestled in. But water's in the mid to upper 40s, and these smallmouth get fairly predictable. They make a big migration into their wintering spots. They are fairly predictable, and they often are eating, so it's cool. This cold weather, the largemouth, it can get a little bit tougher, but the smallmouth have the right attitude. And this is just a cool new spin on Ned rigging, so real versatile. Your worm's always floating when you're using a floating worm, which is a big deal. And the versatility of it is when you're hanging it too, if the fish are up off the bottom, you can hang it and fish it like a Demiki rig, you know, moping it or whatever you want to call it, but I'm catching a couple doing that as well. So it's a cool, versatile rig, and it's a Ned rig. Bass bite Ned rigs everywhere in the world, almost every day of their life. They can't resist a Ned rig, so cool way to use a heavier weight, fish it deeper as well. Got him. Oh, that was cool. Oh man, he came up and punched it. Oh, it's a giant one. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. That is cool. This is, having the versatility and knowing that that plastic is floating up is absolutely a cool deal. No doubt about it. I'd seen them up more, so I switched colors to a white one, and lo and behold, gosh, this is a great big one. Oh, look at the size of that thing. Oh, golly. Whew. That'll warm your hands up. Man, cold day, but these late fall days, man, this is the best, some of the best smallmouth fishing of the year. The fish are super chubby, they're eating up. They get fairly dormant through the winter. They have a sheet of ice over their heads, but they're biting pretty good today. Man, it's cool. Nice. Yeah, just hanging it horizontally, and that worm floats up, you know, so it, whoop, looks like a little minnow. Yeah, awesome. That's a giant. All right. See you, buddy. Got him. Ha-ha! Woo! Boy, water's cold to be jumping like that. Holy cow. He's got the right attitude, man. All right, come here, buddy. Yeah. Right in the snoot. That's what that Nico hook does, man. That hook is wicked. That is a bass's worst nightmare. Cool. Man, it's fun when you kind of connect the dots with two cool different things. The really cool hook and a cool new idea on a head, pairing them up like this. It's cool. The other thing you've been doing too is just reeling it like a swing head, which those have been a proven technique as well, but doing it with a Ned worm, a little bit smaller, subtler, less action. I don't know, it's working today. Oh, he just grabbed it. Haha, that was so cool. This is just, it's a fun way to fish. You can do a lot with it. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, it's cool developing different baits and lures and jigs and hooks and whatever. It's always trying to make a better mousetrap. And when there's productive, successful things such as the Nico hook and a Ned rig, and combining the two, the best of both worlds, it's cool to make a new mousetrap. And certainly giving a Ned rig a different action the fish haven't seen, and the more people fish and the more pressured the fish are, you want to show them the same thing in a new way at times. And man, this is doing just that. I'm gonna stay on the spot. There's a bunch of fish here. This is super fun. This is a cool way to fish. Snapping it around, you know, you can of course drag it and dead stick it like normal, but with technology now you can watch your bait and see how the fish are reacting. So these fish are fairly excited. I'm snapping it around and they're actually catching it on the fall. And this is a 3/8 too, so it's falling fast. But that's cool, you don't hear about a 3/8 ounce Ned rig very often, you know? So this is just a cool new spin on a very effective technique.